Welcome to another unboxing, guys, and we have a TWS today in the unboxing table. And actually we have the Whizzer B6. So actually this is around 1,800 pesos or $30 to $40. And from what I'm seeing right now, from the photos from the AliExpress and stuff like that, this is more of a sports kind of TWS. So we did actually unbox before the Haki G1 Pro, and actually I am using it outside, to be honest. So it would be interesting to take a look at these as well, because TWS with waterproof is really nice because it's quite versatile. So let's take a look at what you get in the box. It says Whizzer B6 Qualcomm aptX IPX7. So that's nice that you have waterproof, water resistant in your TWS, and that's the design that we're getting. It has that kind of maybe light up at the side. You are seeing Bluetooth version 5.0, which is nice. aptX support, very nice on that. AAC as well for your iPhone. Wireless standby time 100 hours, 1000 milliamperes in terms for the battery, which is quite big. Talking time 8 hours, 6 to 8 time in terms of the music time. So that's nice in terms of the claimed time. But one thing that's going for these is, of course, this has your waterproofness. So for some people that is definitely a need for them, especially for those going on jogging or some sports stuff. Having no IPX7 or water resistant is really a big issue. There you go. Wow, that is pretty cool. I got the white version, and it's quite a different kind of white also. It's quite a pearl white kind of thing going on, which is really cool. And you have that Whizzer logo as well. So actually a big TWS also. Let's try to take a look at the sabots. It's actually a big TWS ×2 the sabots. So that can be a pro and con for some, but definitely yes. The claimed battery life is 1000 milliamperes of the case, and that might be true. And you have some foams in, you have some manuals as well, and also you're getting your USB-C, which is nice to see in 2021. I always say that because sometimes there's still micro USB that's arriving here in the studio, and that's quite unfortunate, especially for 2021. And looking at the TWS itself, yeah, definitely it's quite big, and definitely also the feel is quite a matte kind of feeling. So it's quite a rubbery kind of feeling. Definitely a different feel in the hand, but definitely for me it feels premium, to be honest. I do like this kind of feels. It feels more solid, but unfortunately this is a bit heavy. So definitely heavier to compared to the sabots, maybe around 1.5 times to 2 times as heavy. So you can definitely feel this in your pocket. But what's good here is you have that kind of hook that maybe you can hook this in one part of your bag. So that can be a thing that you can do. Yeah, it's a pretty cool design overall. So you have some lighting here at the side. You have a G-Dea here at the side, and you're getting pretty flush in terms of the overall design. So pretty cool. So let's try to open it up. So there you go. Okay, so actually this opens up like the Haki G1 Pro, to be honest. And actually in my unboxing of the Haki G1 Pro, I did mention that I didn't like this design, and it still stays true right now. I'm not a big fan of these split kind of designs. But using the Haki G1 Pro before, it's not that big of an issue for me, because I've used that for several months already. It's not that big of an issue, but I still don't like it. But I got used to it. But I still prefer this kind of design that you open up, and you know what's right, what's left. It's very easy to put back compared to these that at night you might scour or where to put it. So yeah, it's workable, but definitely I'm not that big of a fan. But this is the open that you're gonna get, which is actually a pretty unique opening, I'd say. But let's take a look at the lobes itself. Actually, this is a big lobe, guys. This is a big lobe. So maybe their claimed 6 to 8 hours of battery might be true, because this is pretty big. And actually no buttons here, but maybe touch buttons. We're gonna charge this first, of course, before having a first listen. But yeah, these are definitely unique looking. To be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of the overall look. I do prefer the look of the Sabbaths, that you have, you know, your IEM kind of design that still kind of works for me better compared to these. This is not something that I'm usually used to wearing. Actually feels premium actually, so really good feeling overall. And yeah, this is my issue, guys. So I mean, I'm looking at the camera right now, so it's not 100% easy for me to like locate, you know, where to put this. Do you put it here? Do you put it here? So yeah, I mean, it's not that easy compared to the Sabbaths that, you know, the right is right, the left is left. One issue that you need to consider if you're gonna get these, and at the other side, you're getting the same thing. And actually, it goes pretty deep as well in terms of the, you know, case as well. So there you go. And yeah, closing it, actually it feels solid. And yeah, what I like about these is these are really protected. So yeah, it's quite cool in that sense. But yeah, it's already charging now, and you're getting your micro USB here at this side. And yeah, I mean, overall, you know, build quality, it feels premium, to be honest. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of the opening and closing kind of thing, but you know, feel in the hand, definitely premium. Might be even a little bit more premium compared to your Sabbaths, because these are a little bit heavier compared to your Sabbaths. The Sabbaths are plastic, good quality plastics, but these are definitely more substantial in the hand. But that is a con for some, because this is heavy. So on the pocket, you won't feel this that much. This, you will feel it. And actually, I'm not sure if you can fit this in your pocket as well, because it's quite big. All right, so we now have the Whizzer B6 on our ear, and actually on the ear, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good looking. You know, when I held this outside, it looks quite funky for me, but now on the ear, it's not that bad. So it's a small circle thing on your ear. And actually, it's really stable on the ear. Might be one of the most stable TWSs that I have, you know, worn without fins, because yeah, sometimes TWS puts some fins and it becomes stable, but this one, you know, by itself without fins, it's really stable on the ear. So surprising, good design on that. And also it does isolate quite well as well, because it does go inside your ear, because maybe yeah, the insertion, you know, point is a bit, you know, recessed. So that definitely helps out in making it, you know, more isolating on the ear. So definitely, you know, wearing it on the ear, this is not bad. I actually like it. Maybe one of the best stability that I've heard. So for running, you can definitely use this, and if you want isolation in your life, you can definitely use this as well. So not bad in terms of the, you know, overall wear on the ear. All right, so we now listen to the Whizzer B6, and first thing to mind when we listen to these is how tight and punchy the bass is. So definitely in that kind of price range, it's one of the tightest basses that I've heard. Definitely substantial in the mix, but because of that tightness in the bass, it's not that overwhelming. It's not that prominent in the mix compared to maybe your E12 Ultras of Sabbaths. Those are, you know, powerful basses and boomy as well. So this more in the tight side, so it's a little bit different compared to your other TWS. You know, for the price, I always want that you have kind of a unique selling point, and the bass here being a tight kind of bass is a bit different compared to what I'm usually used to. So it's a V-shaped kind of sound, but actually with some bass elevation at the bottom. So definitely substantial bass in the measurements, but actually on the ear, because it's tight, it's not as strong compared to maybe your Sabbath X12 Ultra. And also at the top, it has a little bit of shimmer on top, but not super prominent peak at the top, but it has a small peak there. So actually I like these with tracks with some guitars. So definitely that a little bit of shimmer on top helps the guitars shine even more, gives it a little bit more life in the sound. So for example, Eric Clapton Changed the World, the acoustic guitars just shines in the mix because yeah, it has a little bit of shimmer at the top. However, in Change the World, Eric Clapton, I didn't like the vocals there. So definitely for this, I would say this one of the weakness. The vocals are not that good for me. It's quite recessed in the mix, and also not that revealing sounding. What's good there is actually the vocals are not shouty to listen to, so you can listen to this for a long listening session. And also for 24K Bruno Mars as well, the vocals there are not that revealing again. So Bruno Mars' vocals a little bit more recessed in the mix than what I would like. But definitely in 24K Magic Bruno Mars, the bass is definitely prominent in the mix, definitely substantial in the mix. So for bass heads, you might actually survive with this. But I'd say if you're like a super bass head, you might want boomy basses like maybe the E12 Ultras. That might be, something that you would want over these. So another nitpick is yes, the highs have that shimmer on top, but for me, sometimes it can be thin on some tracks and also quite unnatural to listen to. So like for example, in Change the World, Eric Clapton, the cymbals in the upper right side is a little bit thin for what I would like. It gives it a more energy in the sound, a more fun in the sound, but sometimes it can be unnatural. However, in some tracks, maybe EDM, I did like the bass response here because yes, pretty tight bass. And even if there's a lot of bass in a certain track, definitely the other parts of the spectrum is still showing through. So definitely for me, in terms of the separation, it actually improves the separation. Even if this quite a bassy pair, because of that tightness in the sound, the separation is still quite good with the Whizzer B6 over your other more kind of smooth presentation. So yeah, in a way, this is a little bit cleaner compared to the other TWS that I've heard in the price range. So definitely a different sound on the ear compared to the other TWSs that I've heard. In terms of soundstage, it is decent. Not the biggest that I've heard. So definitely in terms of sound, this more in the fun side, a little bit more clean than your usual TWS. But definitely yes, the highlight here is the tight and punchy bass. Alright, so let's try to close this thing. So for the Whizzer B6, definitely it's quite a unique contender in that kind of price range. You're getting a unique look, a pretty premium kind of case. Really nice fit on the ear. You can use it for some exercising, running, which is nice, and stable while not having some fins. Some people doesn't like fins. And also that sound, a really punchy bass, fun sound while still having a better separation than other more boomy types of basses. So definitely for the price range, that's a unique selling point. I'm going for it. So definitely I enjoyed the listen, but for me, I'm kind of a vocal head. So I do like my vocals, and yeah, this is not something that pleased me in terms of the vocal region. So if you're a vocal head, you might look for something else. So that's our look with the Whizzer B6. Really cool. I'm looking TWS, and I believe this is a pretty old TWS. I'm quite late to the party, but really nice to look at other brands as well, because I haven't checked out the Whizzer yet here on the channel. So yes, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Are you using any Whizzer product? What do you like? What's your favorite Whizzer product? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, subscribe for more TWS content, unboxing content, and really interesting stuff. Thanks for watching the unboxing. I'm gonna see you guys in the next Z-Bolt unboxing. Goodbye.